Hello, my dear students. Welcome to Prudence Coaching English class. Here you will get ICSE, CBSE, and WBBSE solutions. Students, as usual, we came up with another important chapter of your book, that is Wolf Children 2. Here we will discuss the question answers, word meanings, and all the other exercise questions from this particular chapter. So let's start. First question. Was Mrs. Singh surprised by the children? How do we know? Answer. Yes, she was surprised by the children. We know this as it is mentioned in the story that she could hardly believe her eyes when she saw them. So here we get to find that as in the story it was mentioned that she could hardly believe her eyes, means she was unable to believe what she was seeing by her eyes. Therefore we can say that she was surprised by seeing the wolf children. So let us move on to the next question. Number 2. How did the two children move about? Answer. The two children moved about on all fours. Sometimes they moved on their knees and elbows, but while running they used their feet and hands. So here we get to know that two children used all their four limbs to work, and while running they used their feet and hand together. Next question. Why did the children drink milk while lapping it up with their tongues? Answer. Wolves drink by lapping with their tongues, and this was what the children had learned. So they also lapped milk with their tongues. Let us move on to the next question. In what ways did the children behave like animals? Answer. The children use their knees and elbows to move short distances, and for running, they use their hands and feet. They crouched in the shade or stood motionless with their faces to the wall. They tried to escape and hold themselves against the wall. They howled and did not like being bathed. They lapped milk from a dish. They ate like wild animals, chewed the toys given to them as if they were bones, taking raw meats and liquids in a crouching position. They became active at night and treated other children like wolf cubs. Next question. What did the Singhs decided to do and why? Here the Singhs means we are talking about Mr. Singh and Mrs. Singh. Answer. The Singhs decided to keep the discovery of the wolf children a secret as they did not want people coming to see them out for curiosity. Next question. Why did the girls become active only at night? Answer. We all know wolves are active at night and sleepy during the day, and the girls used to follow this pattern of behavior as they were living with the wolves for a long time. Next question. Did Kamala miss her sister? How do you know? Answer. When Amala died, Kamala missed her a lot. She used to howl for many days and refused to eat. All she would do was to sniff around for Amala's scent. Next question. How long did it take Kamala to learn about 50 words? Answer. It took Kamala almost 9 years to learn about 50 words. Next question. Why did Mrs. Singh have to leave the orphanage? Answer. As her aunt was seriously ill, Mrs. Singh had to leave the orphanage for several weeks. Next question, question number 10. What was the important thing that Kamala learned? Answer. According to Mr. Singh, Kamala had learned something more important than how to walk and talk. She had learned how to love a human being. Next is, do you think this story is true? Give reason for your answer. Yes, I think the story is real, as in the story the dates of the events are mentioned. Students, Here you will mention your thinking whether the story is true or not according to you, and you must mention the reason for your answer. So this is an example, and this question you can answer by yourself in your own way. Next, from what you have read, what qualities would you say that Singh possessed? Find example and give reason to justify your answer. Answer: Mr. Singh was a kind man who brought them home. He admitted the two children in the orphanage along with other children. Mrs. Singh was a loving, caring woman. She began to develop human tendencies and behavior into children. She attended to them most patiently and wanted the wolf children learn that they were humans, so in front of them she used to play with other children. The Singhs called the younger Amala and the elder Kamala. Next, we have fill in the blanks with suitable words. First one, when Mrs. Singh first saw the wolf children, she could hardly believe her eyes. Next, the Reverend Singh decided to keep the discovery of the children a secret. News of the wolf children spread throughout Midnapur. Next, for the two children it was more natural to behave like wolves. Next, Kamala's legs were massaged so that she could stand upright. Next, when Mrs. Singh left orphanage, Kamala went back to her old ways. Next, every night Reverend Singh spent some time writing up his notes. Next, Kamala means lotus flower and Amala means bright yellow flower. Now let's start with reference to the context. Here we will be provided with a line from the context or the story, and based on that question will be asked. So here the sentence is: his wife agreed that this was the best for the girls, and the question is: what was best for the girls? Why? Answer: Mrs. Singh agreed that keeping the discovery of the girls a secret was best for them in order to protect them from the townspeople. Next question. This was far more difficult than Mrs. Singh had imagined. Question. What was this difficulty? Answer. Here the difficulty means that the girls thought that they were wolves and behaved accordingly, and the Singhs had to somehow get it across to them that they were human beings or humans, not wolves. Next question. This was far more difficult than Mrs. Singh had imagined. How did the Singhs overcome this difficulty? Answer. To overcome this difficulty, Mrs. Singh deliberately played with the other children in front of Kamala and Ambala. She gave them toys to play with, and then, after Amala died, she stayed with Kamala, showing her patience and kindness. Like this, they tried to overcome this difficulty. Next, Mrs. Singh had to rush over and rescue him from their playful attack. Question. Who was attacked? Answer. One little orphan boy was attacked. Next. How did he come to be attacked? Answer. He tried to make friends with the wolf children and thus he was attacked. Next question. In what ways was he attacked? The wolf children treated him like a wolf cub and played with him like the wolf cub and attacked him playfully. Now let us start with working with words. Here you need to use a dictionary to find the meanings of the following words. First one is orphanage, means an institution which cares for the children with no parents. Next is miracle, marvelous event due to some supernatural agency. Next is mourn, means feeling sorrow or feel sorrow or regret for the dead. Next, echo means repetition of sounds by reflection of sound waves. Next is lap, LAP, means taking up liquid by scooping with the tongue. Next, faltering means stumbling or staggering or to be unsteady. Next we have progress means forward or onward movement. Next, setback means impede or reverse progress. Next we have response means give an answer. Next is deliberate means consider carefully or intentional or not impulsive. So my dear students, with this we come to the end of this particular video. If you find the content of this video helpful, like this video, share with your friends and subscribe this channel to get more videos like this. And also check out the playlist and the description box to get all videos arranged in orders. Students, take care of yourself, prepare well, and all the best for your examinations. Thank you students. Stay tuned.